Hello, time to finish up chapter 14. Yesterday, Malcolm was trying to escape Snip, and he is currently on top of the ceiling fan, which is falling, and we don't know what's going to happen, so let's figure it out. Malcolm said the first thing that came to his head, something he often heard Jovan say. Maybe I could help you. You tell me what you know about Aggie or about the academy. Snip crackled. You help me? With what? This last word got caught in her throat. She coughed. Malcolm didn't know. What would Snip want that he had? Snip continued coughing, clearing her throat. She pawed at the light blue collar, so tight on her neck. Malcolm snapped to attention. The collar. He could help. He knew. Of course, it would put him in immediate danger, but if he could figure out a way... Your collar, he said. It bothers you, doesn't it? Snip lowered her paw slowly. Her tail stopped moving, and she fixed her glowing eyes on him. Malcolm took that as an indication she was listening. I could help with that collar. You know, rats are great gnawers. Amelia, a friend of mine, told me once that rats' front teeth grow up to 5 inches in a year. My teeth are ready. I could snip that collar in seconds. Malcolm took a deep breath. The more he talked, the more valorous he felt. If you want. Snip continued to stare, her front paw raised and brushed the collar. That was when Malcolm knew he had her. He had put his tail on the very thing Snip wanted most, but couldn't do herself. She took a rattling breath. What would you want from me? What you know about Aggie? Snip laughed, that rough sound again. And what if it was me? What if I got her? Isn't that what you think? Isn't that why you're up here? Then I want to know where and why. Malcolm swallowed. We both know I'm not working with you. I need proof I can take back to the academy. Snip paced the top of the cabinet. When? Where? Malcolm had already been thinking of this. He'd need a place where he could still be undercover, where Snip didn't slice him up as soon as he snapped the collar. The radiator. You know the one. I'll meet you there tomorrow night. At midnight. I'll be under the radiator, and you can lie down with your back to me. After you tell me what you know, I'll gnaw your collar. Ha, clever rat. Or you think you are, anyway. Yes, I'll meet you tomorrow night. She stretched and jumped from the top of the cabinet. She landed on the bookcase near the door. Her tail curled around the light switch. Provided you survive until then. With a flick of her tail, she flipped the switch and leaped out of the room into the darkness of the hall. Uh-oh. What flip did she switch? The fan! She had turned it on. As Malcolm started spinning, he could feel himself being pulled to the outer edge of the fan blade. He dug his claws in, but he knew he could not hold on for long. The fan's motor roared faster and faster. Malcolm looked around the room for a soft place to land, to jump to, but everything was a blur, whizzing by. Malcolm's stomach heaved. He closed his eyes. His claws plowed through the painted metal of the fan blade. He was on the edge now, and the blades were still picking up speed. Why had he thought it was that he could out-trick Snip? She was probably already waiting below, waiting for him to fall. Then she'd pounce on him before he could even get his balance. The fan whirred. I'm sorry, Aggie, Malcolm cried as his claws finally lost their grip. He felt himself flying through the air, arcing through the dusty space high above the tables. He had been going so fast, his last thought as he let go was that it wasn't Snip who was going to kill him. When he hit the wall, the impact would. Only it didn't, because he kept on sailing through the air. By sheer luck, he flew over the tables, over the radiator, and right out the cracked window. A little scary, huh? I wonder where he's going to end up. He's got to be outside somewhere, huh? Do you think that the deal he made with Snip was a good deal, and do you think it's going to turn out okay? I'm a little bit nervous, but we'll have to find out next week when we continue with chapter 15. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.